Hello and welcome back to Universal Law Snippets. Today we are continuing on with the law of compensation, but today I want to talk specifically about the law of compensation in manifestation. Several years ago, I did a class for some coworkers on the law of attraction and the law of compensation and really just attracting money and wealth through the universal laws. And it was really a fun thing for me. But I think that there's been some things in there that have really stuck with me over the years. And one of the questions I was asked back then that I think is still a very common question for people is, what do you do if you are, say, running a business and you are pouring money into your business, but you are not getting money in return? What then? How do you attract more money into your life? And how do we pull in more money when we need money in order to survive? And I think that's a very good question, and it's very valid because as we are here on this 3D realm, one of the things we absolutely want is to feel comfortable as we're going about living our day-to-day lives. And so this is a fair and legit question. So here is how that works according to the universal laws, specifically the law of compensation. So as I mentioned last week, the law of compensation is really just an energy exchange, right? This is the energy that we are putting out is coming back to us, and money is a neutral energy. So we really just need to be opened up to how it is coming back to us. And that is all easy and well said and good to do, right? But it's just not always how it happens. So when we are talking about manifesting and we are talking about the law of compensation, we need to look at the energy in two ways. Okay. So one, you need to kind of step back and detach yourself from the outcome. Think about when you are in the kitchen and you are putting on a pot of water to boil up some pasta for dinner, and time is ticking and people are telling you that you're hungry, and you're just sitting there staring at the pot, willing it to boil faster. It doesn't work, right? Like the water's going to boil when the water is going to boil, and it's kind of the same with energy. If you send out energy and you're like, okay, I sent out this good intentions. I need it fast. I need it quick. I need it to come back now. You're basically sitting there waiting for your water to boil, but in an energetic sense with money. Okay. And this is where we pull in like the law of attraction. Energy, specifically money, but any kind of energy, nothing is attracted to desperation. That is a good way to repulse. The opposite of the law of attraction is the law of repulsion. So the first tip I have for you is to definitely try to detach as much as you can from the outcome. Go in to whatever you're doing with the highest intent that you can, and let it flow back to you in whatever way it can, because you have really no control over that. It's kind of like when you raise your kids and you do the best you can for 18 years and then you kind of send them out on their own, and you have to wait and hope that they, gathered all those pieces and nuggets that you were dropping on them for all of those years. You have to kind of just detach and trust that it is going to come back in the way it is meant to. Oftentimes when we are talking about manifestation and money and everything, we get so caught up in I need it now, I need it on this timeline, I don't know how I'm going to do it, what do I do to get to this thing? And it's not how it works. It's just not how it works, right? We are not, as humans in this little cog in the universal machine, we only have control over our intentions and our energy that we are sending out into the world. And so we can't be adding any kind of extra like hitchhiker energy onto it. Okay. If you have good intentions and you're like, oh, I'm going to leave this ginormous tip in hopes that this helps this this server to, do whatever. You can't be like, okay, now you see that, universe, I left this big tip. So what are you giving me now? You can't do that. Okay. You have to like send it out into the world and, just focus on moving past it. It's kind of like dropping a pin when you're in Google Maps and like, okay, I've been here, I've done this, that's in my past, okay? And you have to keep moving on. So that's how you work with the law of compensation when it comes to manifestation. Is it easy? Well, yes, it is, but it's also not easy, right? Because it's hard to detach ourselves from what we are trying to manifest. But if you want to kind of just pull in whatever the universe wants, then you kind of have to accept what you get in return. Which comes to my next step is you have to look at everything in your auric field and what you are attracting as something from the universe. You are always attracting energy, and it's just going to be what you're vibrating at, right? So you are going to always want to make sure that you are keeping your own internal vibrations and energy at a frequency so that you are attracting all the good stuff, right? So you're going to want to learn how to detach. You're going to want to be peaceful for what you have. You're going to want to roll with any lessons that come in, and you're going to, want to be very chill about it. And that's not always easy. We always trip up because we're human and we are full of super fun emotions, but that's also what makes our manifestations so powerful and what makes this life such a gift. So for the law of compensation and manifestation, just let it go, just let it go out into the universe and do its thing. And then whatever you are attracting at any given time, try to work on, responding instead of reacting to it and seeing the abundance that is around you. Because once you start shifting your perspective, again, this is the law of relativity. Once you start seeing all the abundance around you and all the great things that you have in your life, it's going to be easier for you to widen your view and see what other great things are coming in. And, you're going to get exactly what you need because that's how the universal laws work. So that is the law of compensation and manifestation. Hopefully that is helpful for you, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.